Okay, hello everybody and welcome to the 60, oh, I've forgotten the number. Is it 65? 66?
66.
Wow, 66th Whaleshares Curation show. This week I've got hopefully loads of tokens to give away. It actually gets quite tricky to give them away sometimes. Anyway, a few thousand platforms, some erotics tokens, some hair shares, and a whole load of scribble coins. 69 does not come after 66, Cotran. I don't know where you've got that idea. This week we've got the Guess the Flesh competition. Last week was won by Grace Hills, so he's got some prizes for that. I thought we could also help Linda with her driving test because she needs a clear head and to be thinking positively. So if we all just spend the whole show giving her advice, telling her what to do, this should help her immensely. And I also thought we could ask Breeze to tell us a little bit more about some of the animals, some of the wildlife of South Africa, because she does it so well. So we could do that a little bit later on. But why don't we jump in first to a post to curate? Linda.
Let's do that.
Oh shit, I'm not prepared. I am prepared. Hello everybody and welcome to Linda's show. I am coming over to take over forever because I will kill Nick because he wants me to kill him. I don't know why it doesn't load. Anyway, I want spring, and the thing is, spring is coming and it's getting warm. It's like 6 degrees here, not in retard units. This is in normal European units. But I still like the pictures of some winter. Wait, let me do a picture.
You've gone quiet. And, the government is sent.
Can I thought this was a lovely post capturing the last of summer, you know, the green stuff that's now reddish, and the frost from winter, and those are some lovely pictures and detailed, and I just really like them. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm happy that winter is over and they're like the last reminder of cold, frosty winter time that I don't want anymore. So I chose these. They weren't high on payout, they were pretty. What can I say? I'm a simple girl. If only there was a dog in the picture.
I think it looks great, and it also makes me happy because there is almost no snow behind my window. So seeing somebody else have to struggle with snow and all that, that makes me happy.
Well, the quality of the photos are really great. Seeing the tiny little ice crystals and all the snow and the contrasting colors between the white and the brown is absolutely magnificent. So I can really appreciate these. I actually know this tree. They grow in our area as well, and we used to play with them as kids, throwing the seed up in the air, and then it helicopters all the way down. And I don't know. I think living on the farm, you find simple ways to entertain yourself, and that was one of my child time memories. So definitely nostalgia added to the value of the post in my perception.
It's giving me a nice feeling in a way because I can look back at winter that as something that's gone now. I think it's pretty much. Can we agree? Winter has gone now. We're almost at spring. We're not going to see frost like that again.
My winter's on its way. Oh man.
Yeah, but your winter is like our bad summer, isn't it? You moan when it's like 15 degrees at night.
I do.
But anyway, yeah, no, lovely post, nice choice. Wow, Chris, I have no idea where you are. Probably Canada or something, somewhere crazy. But yeah, that was a nice choice, Linda. Nice to see something that will make me think of winter in the past tense.
Oh, thank you. Winter is over and winter is not coming. Well, it's coming next.
Shall we start the Guess the Flesh competition now? I think it's a good time to do it, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yes,
The
I think
sooner the
so.
better.
Okay, all right. So a few new faces in here, or newish. So I'm just going to explain what we do. What you do is you take a picture of a piece of your body that doesn't identify you. Nothing too rude. And then you send it in a message, a DM to Cotterin, and she will put them all into a collage. And then at the end, or in a post afterwards, is how I do it now. We will all guess. And if you guess correctly who is who on all of them, you win a prize. If you don't win, if the prize isn't won this week, it rolls over to the next week. So last week, Grace Hills won, so he gets an award of, I think it's upwards to the value of 250 Whaleshares. But 2 weeks ago, we had Ayuga won, and she won, I think, like 800 Whaleshares worth of tokens. So it's pretty lucrative, but 250 Whaleshares is not bad. Anyway, oh yeah, and by entering, you also get an award. So you'll earn, I think, like 50 erotics tokens, which is the equivalent to about 30 Whaleshares in an upvote. So definitely worth doing. Have we got one already, Cot?
Yeah.
Something's gone wrong with our pictures. Anyway, so if it's you or you know who it is, don't say, because this will be used for the competition later. But this person, whoever sent the picture in, will earn 50 erotics tokens, which is 30 Welshes upvote. So that's a good way to win as well, to earn as well.
I think I've seen that background before. I'm not sure, but I think I have.
Well, I can't see anything. Maybe it's just my computer. Are these pictures showing up for everybody else?
Yeah, if you click the link, then you can see the photo, but it's not showing up as link in the chat. If you copy the picture and paste it, like upload the picture itself instead of the link, then it will show up. But I didn't feel like doing it because I already have the link to my post in my clipboard, so I'm not going to do that. Or will I do that?
I'm going to do it.
I'll do that.
Fight to the death, guys.
Nick, I wish
Can I do it as well?
Anyway, okay, so that's somebody's arm. Don't know if I recognize that.
I
Quite
think
pale.
I did. I've seen the background, that's why.
Okay. Well, anyway, so that's the first one. This person's earned some tokens. Why don't we go to Cotterin's first post?
Okay, this is my first post, and this one is a post by Ayuga. She's one of my new favorite people on the platform, and she made a post that announces that at the beginning of Maslenitsa, I'm pretty sure Linda knows about this unofficial holiday. This one, it used to be a pagan holiday, and it would usually begin. I'm trying to see. Okay, it was celebrated on the spring equinox day, but now that the vast majority of people are Christians over there, so they decided to celebrate it, sort of tied to the Orthodox Easter, and the date of all this holiday changes every year in relation to Easter. But anyways, in a nutshell, this holiday is just there to celebrate the end of winter and the beginning of spring. And people usually make a lot of crepes, and those signify, like, or maybe represent the sun, not signify. I'm stupid, but yeah, they symbolize the sun. So this is about it, and I thought she picked good pictures to represent the holiday, as well as sharing recipe for the blinis that she makes. I actually made some today too, and maybe I will actually do some photography of them. But I didn't make Russian ones. I made I made them according to a French recipe, Nick. But I can't pronounce it. I will drop the name of them in the chat, and you can pronounce it for me.
Okay, I will do that. What is Hold on, I just need to. This post is taking a while to load for me, so hold on. You speak, Linda.
I know the Maslenitsa. We had this. I mean, in Latvia you don't celebrate it, but we celebrated it once at school. Our Russian teacher organized that. It's food. That's all I remember about it. Maslenitsa. Yeah, that's a cool post, by the way. I like the pictures.
I'm just
Yeah,
feeling
for
bad for
sure.
the straw lady that's being burnt towards the end of it. I mean, it all looks so happy and bright and colorful, and then they burn this old lady at the stake. It kind of does feel a bit pagan when you watch it down to there.
She was a witch. She had to die.
Okay, okay,
That
fair
is,
enough.
French is easy. It's a crêpe Suzette, but I think they're a little bit different because they're usually made like sometimes in a restaurant they'll make them at the table for you and put like. Do they put orange juice on a crêpe Suzette? I don't know, but they will come to your table and cook it there in front of you. I like everything about those pancakes that you guys made, apart from the fish eggs. What is it with Russians and fish eggs?
I guess part of it is because it's so expensive and then people buy it, they usually can show how rich they are in one way, and another way, it's healthy for you to get fish juices. That's what I call it.
Do you like fish eggs though? Would you eat them?
Nah, I don't like them. I don't like because they kind of burst in your mouth as like oil spilling in your mouth whenever you bite on them, and like kind of weirds me out.
And they taste like bleh as well. So I don't know what's the. But yeah, my mom loves them, and they're popular here in Latvia as well. But ugh, no, thank you, but no, thank you.
Breeze, where do you stand on fish eggs?
Well, I'll eat them if I have to, but you know, it's not a common thing here for us to have fish eggs at all. We're reasonably far from the coastline, and I don't think freshwater fish have the same quality eggs or something. So it's not a very common thing to eat here. But if it's me or the fish eggs, I'm gonna eat them. Um, as for going out of my way to get them, I doubt that strongly.
Okay, sounds good. I've also noticed they've got really nice wooden buildings in the background. Are they like ceremonial buildings or something, or do people actually live in stuff like that in that bit of Russia?
Was it a question to me?
Yes, yeah, the wooden buildings in the last photo, they look really ornate, really sort of old style Slavic Aryan architecture. And I wondered if that's like a ceremonial town hall or if people actually live in stuff like that, really intricately built wooden buildings.
It looks like it could be somewhere in a village or something like that. I honestly, like, you cannot encounter buildings like that in a city. I cannot think of anything else that I saw like built like that. But back to my crepes, I did make this dessert sauce, and it is orange juice and orange zest and cognac and also some other kind of liquor that I don't know. I think some kind of French liquor. Maybe it's just like a bitter orange liquor or something. But I didn't have it, and I've never heard of it before either.
Probably Cointreau, it's a French orange.
No, not that one. I think it was called Grand Mariner or something like that.
Grand Marnier, Grand Marnier.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Okay, I've got another question. Is this pagan scene, is it, I think the word is Inglingism or Junglingism. Do you know that word, Cot?
No, I don't think.
Uh, recognize that? Something like that. Maybe I'm spelling it wrong. Or here's another one. Rodov something. Rodovlisky. These are old pagany Russian things that I read about Slavic pagan movements. But I wonder if they're more specialist and this is like a general festival in the town.
To be honest, I don't know. I'm not really familiar with Russian paganism at all. To be honest, other than the Maslenitsa is like it's the holiday's roots are from paganism, but other than that, I don't really know anything.
Okay, well, good stuff. Anyway, all right. Okay, we've got some flesh now. So, oh, that looks like an arm with a big cut on it, some scar tissue. Decent suntan as well, though.
It's from last year. I'm just playing.
And the previous one, can we see the previous one again?
Yeah, hold on, let me grab the link.
That looks like an anarchy symbol that's flowing out of the circle. Who's the biggest anarchist in here, I wonder? Anyway, okay, we've had three nice pictures, three nice pictures and a few nice posts. Breeze, should we go to you?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Aw. I hate the fact that the pictures aren't showing up in the chat. I did go to chat permissions and it's all checked off, so there's no reason that it shouldn't be showing. But it doesn't. So let's move past this. So for my first post, I chose this for various reasons. It's a really nicely put together post with lovely photography on the propagation of succulents, and also showing off a little bit of her own collection. And another reason why I chose this was I felt that this person really needed a little bit of a more warm welcome towards Whaleshares. If you read at the bottom of the post, she states there that she had posted the same thing a while back on Steemit. I did go look it up, and it is past payout date, where the post was flagged, and all these posts, the photos are all original content. I can't see any reason why this should have been posted, and I left a comment for her about that. Do you know why it got flagged? And there is an interactive community on Steemit that's willing to look into this, and how can we help you move past this? And she basically just stated, well, she's kind of over Steemit is what it came down to. And I feel that if you've got someone that's putting out decent, good quality content on the platform, do not want to follow in that footsteps, and show her that there's a little bit more towards community interaction and engagement. And maybe she had been a little bit more involved in the Steemit community, and I'm not saying this in a derogatory way whatsoever, but then she would have known that there are options to have this flag nulled, or have people to back you to make the flag worthless, or whatever the case may be. But I just figured that she definitely needs a little bit more of an open welcome to this platform than what she received on Steemit. So just wanted to give her a little bit of love and encouragement on this post. Very, very low payouts on the post as well.
I have a question. Who flagged her?
I couldn't see. Well, I didn't go check who flagged her, but I can go back and open the post again at some point.
Don't worry
But it was
so much.
The reason was, or the reason why I didn't go too deeply into it was, I think it was 6 months ago, and I know that there was a lot of flag wars going on with some of the bigger whales, where they would just sporadically flag down people that has voted for their opponent, in a almost either for us or against us kind of fashion, which was harshly unfair. Yeah, JJMP, right, she can go to steam cleaners, and I suggested, let me help you get in contact with people that can help. Free speech also helps with that. But at this point, I think she's just over it. She's moved on now. She's just looking for better pastures. But I wanted to make sure that she feels some community love and engagement from this side as well. And I mean, it's overall a good post with great photography, all original content. So I really don't see why we shouldn't be spreading some love and positiveness in her direction.
Yeah, I agree with you, Breeze. I like her pictures, and I've been following her in Steemit for some time, and she always posts a lot of like landscape and macro photography, and most of the time it's really pretty. And I haven't seen that post of hers. Well, I just look at it where she explains what happened to her, and I kind of like I didn't notice, but this is stupid. Like, and for sure, she should really do something about it because, like, you can tell that all of the photos that she takes them herself, and she is not a person who would steal somebody else's picture just like for a couple pennies. So yeah, definitely we should show her some more community love and make her feel very welcome.
I love this post. I mean, it's so shitty. Sorry, Breeze, you were going to say something.
No, please carry on.
I just wanted to say some good things, minus all the slugging thing, because that's horseshit and that's stupid. But I love those little succulent plants and how they grew and how pretty they become. Those are really cool, and I really like the last ones, like where the pots are colorful and all the little things are sprouting. Those are cute.
I think it's still your winter fascination wearing off at this point, Linda. You just see green.
No,
You're like,
cute.
yay!
I'm going
You
to Gran
sound the
Canaria
same.
soon.
You sound like me when I see snow. I react like that. I'm like, ice, and you're like, green.
I like this post as well. I used to grow cacti when I was, how old was I? About 10. They're pretty good for a child because it's really hard to kill them by, you can forget them to water them for ages. I didn't know you could just pull leaves off and stuff them in sand and water them and they would grow. So that's a good thing to know as well. I've just remembered something that Krista told me, which is only relevant to one post so far we've seen, but probably worth telling you all. Krista, she does not agree with the ethos of V12, and so if anything is tagged with V12, she will no longer upvote it. So what might be good to do is we can let people know this. I mean, I think it would be better if Krista told everybody herself rather than us having to do it. But maybe on that first post, Linda, that you awarded, just put a note saying if you want the reward, you can't have this V12 tag. If you're comfortable with doing that. If not, I can do it if you prefer. But
no, I'll just reward them with some of my tokens.
Well, you can do that, but I mean, yeah, the Crazy Coin reward, Krista's only going to apply them if you haven't got the V12 tag on. I think there's some sort of battle going on between the dev team and these V12 people. I'm trying to stay out of it, but anyway, take note for future. But anyway, yeah, good post. And I'd also say steam cleaners. When I was in Steemit a couple of years ago, I found them dreadful, like a really dreadful organization. Some of the people in there would just flag anything they could to try and earn the rewards. And they were rude and obnoxious in the channel. Maybe it's better now. Maybe it's been cleaned up. But people who lurked in there, really toxic people. So maybe that's got something to do with it. Anyway, we've got another picture. That's on the forearm, it looks like. Sorry, go on, Breeze.
Don't you think it's Linda's politics like spreading? Now we've got like internal politics on Whaleshares and.
Well,
I blame
I
Linda
mean,
certainly for everything.
there's some shit going around the platform, and I mean, it was there before I got into politics, okay? So don't blame me for this shitstorm of mean people.
But I'm convinced that even though before you became an active participant, your intent was already there. So in that you already set the ball rolling. So it's all
I'm
your
the
fault.
one who wanted to rape the system. Yeah, sure.
Yes, yes.
Let's do that.
It's all you, Linda.
It's always been.
Anyway, we don't need to get too much involved in the politics here. People make their choices. The whales fight their battles, and who knows what will go on. Yeah, really nice choice. That one was Breeze. Now, I've got all these platform tokens to give away. What I thought we could do is we could award. Oh, one thing I wanted to happen was for Breeze to tell us about animals in South Africa, describe them, and then we guess them, and then whoever guesses it first wins a prize. How quickly can you do that, Breeze? Can you just do it off the top of your head?
Well, you don't leave me much choice here, do you?
You're basically saying do it off the top of your head. Monkey, that's a good guess. We don't know yet because she hasn't picked one, but it's a solid guess, JJ. Why don't we do one of these for 500 platforms to start with?
Okay, sure. Let me start by telling you a little story of an animal, and as the story progresses, you can throw in your guesses of what animal this is.
Oh, yeah, I'll just say, just guess. Everybody guess once, because otherwise you can just spam guesses. You get one guess for each animal. If you realise afterwards, don't keep guessing. And we'll do it like that. And then the winner gets 500 platform tokens, which is about 125 Whaleshares of upvotes, I think, altogether. Anyway, sorry, Breeze, back to you.
So in Africa, we've got all these little tales surrounding the different animals and either how they got their name or how they, came into existence. So it's much to do with the nature folklore, very hardly based on facts, but here goes. So this little creature runs at about grass height through the bushveld and the grassy plains of Africa. Its skin is so tight across its body that when it blinks its eyes so that the grass don't shoot up in it, its tail actually pulls all the way up. And this is why this specific animal runs with its tail up when it's running through the grasslands. No, it's not a black mamba, Nick.
Black mamba running. That's a picture I would love to see.
Okay, keep going.
Any more than that, it's going to be a very, very dead giveaway. But think of different mammals, which are not black mambas, that run through the African plains with their tails up. There's not a lot of them.
Is it a piggy?
You're very, very, very close. Very close, Linda. But don't give it away.
So this is for 500 platforms. So that's 5 upvotes from platform, which is 120, which altogether is 125 Whaleshares. So come on, people, you can put a bit more effort into your guesses than this.
Linda is giving away big time clues here. It's also a very, it became a very famous animal. Vivian, you're very close. It became a very famous animated. There we go, Chris Bird.
I can do the sound effects of the clues.
Oh, wow, okay, Chris Bird got it. Well done. Yeah, you're good at this. You're good at this, Linda. Breeze, if you tell Linda beforehand, she can do the sound effects. Warthog, yeah. Okay, so that was it, Breeze, yeah?
Yes, it was. Hey, don't blame me. I didn't have a lot of prep time for this. I just got called on the spot.
This is all prep for your Breeze's wildlife show, which is going to come in the future, I suspect. Chris, will you send a DM with your BitShares address to Curration, and I will make sure that you get 500 platforms, which you can do whatever you want with, either use them for yourself or give them to your family or friends or save them for a rainy day, anything you want. Breeze, are you able to do another one?
No, I need Linda to sing the theme song now. When I was a young warthog.
No, I was
Do it!
I was saying warthog does what warthogs do.
Oh, come on, you must have seen Lion King.
Oh, you have seen it, but I don't know the song. When I saw it last time in Latvian, so you can imagine that I was a small child that I can't watch it now because I will cry like a little baby. So I can't. I avoid all the crying cartoon subjects as much as I can. So I don't know the song. Hakuna Matata.
There we go. Close enough.
I'm going to preempt this by saying there's no way I'm going to sing it, but I do have to sing that some days about 50 times if Sebastian gets into his head that that's the one he likes. At the moment, he likes the Scar song and a few other things.
No, you need to teach him the other one. It's so much more fun. Like, I've got a bubbling bunch of coconuts, to tiddly tiddly, there they are, standing in a row. You need to sing him that one. It's very entertaining. You can do the faces and everything.
Yeah, I spend my whole day being a performing monkey for my son, so no chance I'm going to sing it here, Chris, I'm afraid. But I know the one you mean. I have watched Lion King many times. Chris, you just give Curration your address and we'll send it to you because we okay, all right. If you're going to put them back in the mix, that's okay too. I'll donate them to someone else. I can do that. Should we get some advice for Linda's driving test as well? Anyone got any advice?
Don't put rubbish in my head. Rubbish.
Always drive in the middle of the road when you're confused as to which side of the road you're allowed to drive in.
That will make me fail the first 5 minutes of the test. That's like literally against the law.
Okay. I'll think of something better.
On a two-way street.
I've got a good tip. I've got one.
Yeah.
I actually did this on my driving test because I didn't take it until I was quite old. Because I didn't really need driving. I either walked or cycled. To stop myself being nervous and to keep myself like focused on what I was doing, I gave myself out loud a running commentary of what I was doing throughout the test. And I said to the driving instructor at the beginning, okay, I'm going to say everything that I've got to do to myself. Is that okay? And he was okay with it. But it did sound weird whilst I was doing it, but it helped. And maybe that could be a thing to do. So as you're approaching the roundabout, you can say, okay, clutch in, slow down, look left, indicate, and go through all these things and say it verbally. And that might make it easier for you.
Huh. I mean, I live in a city where it's not small, but it's not big, and everybody knows everybody, and people will know. And the next day, when I go on the street, and they'll call me the crazy lady, but I'll have a driver's license. Plus, I'm leaving anyways, so that sounds like an idea.
I think it's a good thing to do. What's your advice, Breeze?
She needs to honk at every stop street and flick off every driver that passes her in order to pass the test. It's the only way.
This is how they'll know you're assertive enough.
That's against the law again. Unnecessary honking the horn in the places where you live. I'm telling you, you're trying to make me fail.
I'm just checking. It's positive because you're telling me I'm wrong, which means that you know it. So it's like constructive. It makes you feel in control and that you got the answers out of your own. You see, I'm good like that.
I already passed the driving theory. Okay, I need to do the physical driving, not the multiple answer questions.
Another way to guarantee that you pass your driving test is to put your hand on the driving instructor's knee and keep it there until it's time to change gear. And every time you change gear, put it back on his knee.
God, why do you always try to make me?
And also
do
you need
naked
to
stuff, like become prostitute, and then just fuck your driving instructor.
We didn't say that, but if you want to go that far, life is all about choices. I've said this to you before.
Oh God, using my middle finger. What? Middle finger on his thigh.
Cot, did you pass your driving test? Got her in.
Me?
Oh, she's microwaving noodles again.
No, I'm not. I've never done it actually. I told you. I only use boiling water for that. I can microwave coffee though. But anyways, I was just messaging somebody in DM. No, I didn't pass my driving test.
It's really easy in the States, though, isn't it? You could get there and pass really easily.
Well, you come over there and you do your written test, and then you have a few months, and during that period of time, you have to schedule your driving test. You can either learn to drive at a driving school, or you can have somebody else teach you to drive, and then you just like go and drive. And I think you have to drive like on regular streets, and then they tell you to go to the freeway, and then you have to show them that you're good at driving on the freeway, and I think this is it. And then like parallel parking. Well, they will make you do like everything you would normally need to do as a vehicle operator.
Okay, interesting. All right, Breeze, have you got another animal question ready for us?
Okay, what I'm going to do is I have cropped out a section of a photo showing the animal's fur, and we're going to take it from there. I'm going to drop the photo, if it will take, and then we start guessing from there, and I'll give clues as we go.
Well, you can give me the name of the animal, and I'm going to imagine what kind of sound it might make, and I'm going to...
Can we do that? Can we have a sound effect as well, please?
Let's see if Linda can do this. I'm not too sure.
That's a meow. Whatever that is.
You're heading in the right direction. Remember, it's wildlife. It's not domesticated animals, though.
Well, they still purr, right?
They might be able to purr. It is not a leopard, nor a cheetah, nor a hyena. It is slightly smaller than these animals, but still a predator. So carry on guessing, people. Also not a fox. Yuga, you are very close. Imram, again, very, very close, but not as telepathic as last week or the week before. When was it? Chris Bird. Why is he? He's on the ball today. It is a serval cat.
This isn't a serval cat, but it's quite a good GIF I'm going to show you. Look at this. Chris, I'm going to give you some scribble coins instead, because we can't keep giving you a prize and then you're not accepting it. Look at this. Is that cheetah going to get him? Breeze, what would happen there if it got him?
Wait, what are we looking at?
The Jeff.
It's not opening for me, so I've just clicked it. I don't know what's happening.
Let me put it this way. It's a guy who's been chased by me.
Oh, if he's chased by you, then he's screwed. He's gonna land up dead in the midst of some government political conspiracy. That's what's going to happen there. Yeah, sorry, that GIF isn't opening for me.
You're missing out.
You'll love it. You have to refresh. It's a person being chased around the corner by a cheetah.
Oh, well, cheetahs aren't. I mean, they're strong and powerful, and but if you are smart and keep your wits about you, you should be fine.
So they couldn't take you down in a fight. They're strong and could cause you some damage, but you could fight one off.
Yeah, they could very easily take you down in the fight, but they'll do that based on skill and speed. But you should be able to survive that. Help should come before you're dead.
Divine intervention?
Should we do one more? Do you need to think about it a bit? You could just
Hey,
change the whole show to you talking about wildlife.
No, please don't. And please, next time, just give me a little bit of prepping time.
Well, yeah, it's a good point.
Well,
that
cheetah does look reasonably pissed off in the moment there, though. I can't see if it's a cheetah. Yeah, it is. Shit. I don't know. He's gonna get some damage done.
Unless they're both running from a lion or something that's about to come around the corner.
Imagine, or a rhino. Like, imagine a whole big ass rhino coming after them. Even if it doesn't, hit them, it's gonna smother them if it catches up.
I think in a situation like that, if I was being chased or thought I was being chased by a cheetah and the cheetah overtakes me, then I'd start getting scared. If the cheetah just runs past me and that something bigger than that is behind it. I posted up the picture of the rest of the serval cat that I took. The specific serval cat in the picture is a female. She is currently in a breeding program due to agricultural demands and forestry and things like that. They've been killed out quite a bit, and they are steadily dwindling in numbers. So the specific one is currently in a in a breeding program. She is not a very happy kitten in this. She's got serious PMS and a guy that wants to hump her hindquarters the whole time. So she was not a very happy kitty in this specific photo. As you can see, she wasn't being very interactive.
I've got another question now for you, Breeze. This isn't the quiz, but I want you to tell us how this situation would play out, this fight, from a GIF. 1 second.
Nikki, Ruben says hi, and he says he misses you. I am supposed to deliver a message.
That's very sweet of him. Well, we all can't wait for him to come back to Whaleshares. We're looking forward to it, so we all miss him too. Look at this, Breeze. It's almost a fight between a lion and a crocodile. If that fight developed, would the lion win, or might the crocodile win?
I don't think either would. I think eventually they would back down, both of them. And it's happened so many times in the past where a lion and a crocodile have little face-off sessions. And I don't know why it is, but they normally end up just backing down both.
Look at that lion's arms. They're big and strong, aren't they? I didn't realize that. Hey, wouldn't like the biggest crocodile would beat the lion, though, because they grow much bigger, don't they?
Yeah, they certainly do. The thing is, I think, given strategy and terrain, the crocodile would more than likely be the victor, I think. But something to do with the power and neither of them backing down just makes both of them go like, okay, clearly this isn't food. So, I don't know, it's a strange It's a strange paradox.
I suppose lions only fight things to either eat them or other lions, so they get breeding rights with the ladies.
What's that? No, lions do not mate with crocodiles, Nick. Focus.
That's how crocs are born.
I bet you could find a video of something like that on the internet. There's some strange videos out there, aren't there? Anyway, okay, that's good. Right now,
And then
think of another animal.
Just for interest's sake, Chris Bird was asking, could a lion pierce a crocodile's skin? I think up until about 1.2 meters long, the crocodile's skin is thin enough to be directly pierced by the lion. But over and above that, not really something it's going to attempt. It's probably going to lose teeth before it comes right.
Are we recording this week?
Yes, we are.
Anyway, okay, let us move on to some more posts. How about that? Well, we need to let people win some stuff, don't we? Okay, something for 1,000 scribble coins. How can we do a competition for that? Suggest a competition. And there's some hair shares, and there's some erotics, and there's some scribble coins. So I can give those out later on.
Make people write 6-word stories.
No, it's too hard. It's too hard. Why don't we, how about this? You write 2 or 3 sentences about how Linda's driving test goes.
How my driving test goes if I put my hand on my driving instructor's thigh?
Well, if you want that kind of erotic story, then they could write that.
And so she was sent to jail for sexual harassment.
Or maybe you just pass your driving test very, very easily. Katrina, are you there? Have you gone again?
No, I'm here. I haven't gone anywhere actually. I've been sitting here for almost an hour.
Okay, sorry. We'll just be doing your noodles
Look, it's
again.
not so. I had a pizza with pineapple. 6-word story. Such substance. Pineapples.
Anybody writing anything about Linda's driving test? Tell us how you think it will go. People are typing very slowly.
Nobody cares about me, Nikki. We need somebody. Since I don't have a picture, nobody knows how I look anymore. I'm a mystery woman.
Well, are you going to do your shows quite soon, or?
Yes, I am. It is going to happen. My driving test is on 12th. So after 12, I have so little responsibility on that front. I have so little stress on that front that I'll do my show all the time. I'm gonna overdo it, and we're gonna stay online 10 hours. Oh, I love this. 6-word story. Linda hits pedestrian, ambulance hits 60.
Just for the listeners, then, when are you likely to start your show? Do you have a time after the driving test?
Sorry?
Will you start your show after the driving test?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, good stuff. We can announce that. Anyway, okay, well, why don't we go to some more posts then? Let's do that. Let's go back to Linda's second post.
Oh, it's me. Sorry. I was waiting for somebody to upload their second post. Everybody who is under 18 or 21 in retard units, please exit the room because there are gonna be boobies. Well, this post kind of had a little bit of reward. Already, but I still thinks it has no B12 tag, so that's great. And I think it's amazing artwork of a mermaid. It's beautiful and it's step by step and it is explained in words and everything. I just really, really loved the image, and I couldn't scroll past it, especially since the colors are just wow, and the moon behind. It's my kind of imagery, and I just found it breathtakingly uh, fairy tale-ish. I guess that's a word I just invented. And I wouldn't mind Little Mermaid to look like her, because she looks like a grown-up Little Mermaid, like serious stuff, people. You can fish with. Would you rather have a fish with boobs in your life or fish with legs in your life? That's the real question. It would still smell fishy.
I think she skipped one of the crucial steps, which is how to draw an awesome picture, because it starts off with draw your awesome picture, and this is the step that I would not be able to get to, and I don't think I could draw boobs that were that awesome either.
So perky, huh?
They are, yeah. Those are some A1 boobies.
This is really some lovely fantasy art. I like the first step where it's still just a raw pencil art and you can let your imagination fill in the gaps before she does. I think the final picture, the color schemes and everything in my head when I first saw this picture was slightly different, not as pungent as the ones that she chose to use. But a magnificent piece of artwork, and a lot of time and effort going into this. I always say, like, when I'm busy with something creative, it's difficult to drop everything and then take a photo of what you're doing and then put the camera down and carry on again, like get back in the artistic flow. So I take my hat off for people that does these step-by-step tutorials. It's absolutely wonderful.
And that hair looks like flowing water, doesn't it? It's just beautiful. When I saw the picture, I was like, I'm in love with this. I'm gonna present that. It's freaking amazing. This woman makes such beautiful art. I just had to talk about.
Art, any thought on these mermaid boobies?
Oh, I think they look great, to be honest. I really like how detailed this tutorial is, and like it's like really step by step, like you can tell like every stroke and there is a picture. And I like that the person mixes the colors. I know it's not very easy when you're working with pencils. Um, so yeah, this is definitely a good work. I love that the final photos look like it, like almost like it's digital art. Yeah, pretty good stuff. I like it.
Good stuff. Okay. Right. I'm going to do a post. I just did one this week. Hold on a second.
I don't think they come from religion. They come from mythology. I don't think they're seen as deities, mermaids.
Do we have any more pictures, Cot? Not for a bit.
No, no, not anymore.
It sucks that we can't see the picture. Okay, well, this is a comic that I really enjoyed, or comic picture, and what I like most about it is that it's written in a Russian style of English. Let me give you an example. Hold on. It's about a pig stroke log called Pigocchio and his adventures. And it's got really nice artwork, really carefully drawn, and the whole story is told around the artwork. So in this picture, Pigocchio has been tied up by some evil creatures. What I like is the Russian style of English that's been used. So look, black evil fate prepared for Pigocchio. He is a stupid log. He will come to the trap. The whole thing is written like that, so I can hear it in my head in like a Putinesque accent. which I enjoy very much. But you can also see it's really professionally done as well.
I'm very familiar with this person, Vincent, and actually, the pig's name. Well, in this one, perhaps it is Pigottia, but usually, like this Vincent, it's the name of the pig, and he writes like the short stories about the adventures of this pig, and like he also makes some cooking posts too. Um, so I've been following this person on Gaulis since like last year, and then I met him here on Whaleshares. I think I presented on his post before, but it was I think it was like a cooking post. But anyways, I personally never read any of those stories, but I can see like how they can be appealing if because like they most likely written as if uh, because like you know how Russian people speak English, most of them who doesn't really speak English on a daily basis, you can tell like they think in Russian and they build their sentences as if they're speaking Russian, but with English words, and like that's really amusing to me.
Secret personalities have mocked plenty of Pigocchio. The lawyer showed his utter incompetence and further aggravated the guilt of Pigocchio in crimes. I quite like reading it in that voice, which is why I like it. Maybe nobody else enjoys that, but I do. Anyway, that's why I picked it.
I think it's a lovely piece of artwork and quite entertaining. The story that goes along with it, it's definitely from a high quality storyline. It's something that you would imagine to see on kids' TV these days, which is, I don't know, partially scary. But I also feel that there's a little bit of what can you like occultic influence in the entirety of the artwork. If you look at the little, almost looks like cats with Ku Klux Klan masks on, with moon tails, and there seems to be a little bit more to the artwork than meets the eye as well. Burn them at the stake. Why is everything being burnt at the stake today?
Linda?
Yo! I'm sorry. I was reading but didn't get far. So I've seen this person before. I always find there. I'm gonna say there. I don't know the gender, and there are like 50 genders now. I always see their pictures and I find them really funny. Just like Bree said, there's something culty about it, and for me it reminds of pagan something. Except the witch sacrifice. We would never sacrifice our witches. We would embrace our witches. They're sacrificing wood on wood, though. That's interesting.
Well, anyway, I think it's language has a charm to it. So well done to Vincent.
And Nick, I loved your rendition of reading this as well. It was quite entertaining. I actually want you to read the rest for me later.
I might do. I quite like doing it in that voice. It's it makes it more fun for me to read. Anyway, what should we do now? Should we go on to another post? Linda, you've done your second one, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Cotrin, second post.
Okay, that is my second post, and I've been coming across this person's profile on Whaleshares in probably like the last week, something like that, and they usually seem to put together like really a nice and informative kind of posts, usually about something, and there's a decent balance between pictures and text, which I like. So I decided to pick this one because, well, kind of like in the theme with Maslenitsa, as it being like an Eastern European Russian holiday, I thought I would pick a Russian costumes post, and I looked it up on the map because I didn't know where this Republic of the game was, and turned out that it's just like southwestern part of Russia. And as you know, Russia has a lot of different republics as part of the country, and a lot of people, like multinational national people, and they have their own culture, their own traditional costumes, and their own. Some people like have their own religion too. So I thought it would be a good post to present in the show tonight. So yeah, these are all handmade costumes, and this is usually something like probably not an everyday costume, but this is something people wear for special occasions.
This is absolutely lovely. What a great pick. I love the I don't know, there's always something fascinating about going into our cultural history and lineage, as well as the cultural history and lineage of other people. Sometimes when I do look at the traditional clothing, even the everyday wear, I can't help but think, what the hell were these people thinking? Because some of it just looks so impractical. I can understand fashion to a certain extent, I suppose, if I have to, but practicality is is such an important key, especially if you lived in the times that they did. So it's, I don't know, it's very strange for me to think back on it. I love the photos and the color, and there's like the musical instruments and everything on display with the costumes. So it's not just you can picture what the people look like, but also their like everyday entertainment and things like that, which is great. It just gives you a little bit more insight. It's almost a window through time, and I love that about this post.
I'm still looking at it. Hold on a second. How did we get so Russian this week? What happened? Maybe Russia is rising. Ayuga, what's going on? Why are we so Russian this week? Maybe sleeping. Okay, I still want to give away some tokens for things. Breeze, have you got another animal question?
No, I don't. Why don't you put Linda or Cotran on the spot for a little bit?
Well, I can tell you all the animals we have: pigs and deers and cows.
Breeze, you do it so well and with such great knowledge, and you're such a like a wizard of the animals. You're such a friend to them, so you could just do one more for us. Just one more, just one little one.
Right. Okay, let's do a little bit more of a humoristic story this time. I'll do another story question where you can guess the animal. Now, just as a kick-off clue, I'll say that this is one of South Africa's buck species. Can be found in South Africa, in the African plains as well. And then from there, I'm going to tell the story, and the end of the story will reveal the animal's name a little bit more. So let's see who gets it before I get there. This animal is absolutely majestic. It's got beautiful curling horns, and it just walks through the bush. But the magic about this specific buck is that it can clear a 6-foot fence with absolute ease, as if you were... It's not a black mamba.
Moo!
How many cows can clear a 6-foot fence in your area? I wouldn't want to eat the beef there. It must be tough.
Cow.
Okay, so it clears these fences and obstacles like we would just, step over a rock. Like with absolute ease. But the thing is, the bulls have absolutely huge kahunas. And when they do jump over the fence, these kahunas clash together and it makes this sound like kudoof, kudoof. So the first person that gives me the answer of the buck that I'm talking to wins. It is not a gazelle. Yes.
Oh, you just cut out. I thought you just.
Their names sound a lot like the clanking sounds that their balls make when they jump over high fences, JJ. I was trying to do it. There we go. Imram's got it. I knew that he was going to get back on track. Well done, Imram. It's called a kudu.
Well, I said it's a moo sound. And you're just telling
Kudus
me that
make a barking sound.
Like male cow.
Kudus make a...
Ruff.
No, I can't do it right now. My voice is still a little bit... But...
Okay, so that will be... I guess we better give him 500 platforms for that. And have we got a final post? Breeze, have you got a second post to do?
I did. I was busy looking for a photo of a kudu to share with you guys.
Okay,
but let me do
right.
the post. No, I've already closed the window now. See you later. Okay. Right. So for... I guess Breeze wrote a post about these. I probably did, more than likely. Not recently, though. But well done, Imram. Now I know who follows me. Okay, let me quickly drop the post for curation.
Have you written a post about Black Mamba to satisfy Nikki?
No, but clearly I'm going to.
Every time I Google Black Mamba, I get quite shocking results, though. So I've stopped doing it.
Now yeah. I'm gonna be curious about it. Sorry.
Yeah, Nick isn't too happy about the dangerous things that he can't control in Africa in general. He was quite upset about my solifuge story. I had a solifuge run into the house, and then I had a tropical house gecko, and they had this amazing battle, and then the tropical house gecko ate the solifuge. Now, a solifuge is basically a spider-like creature, but it's as big as my hand, and this little house gecko was about half the size.
Show them a picture of a solifuge, because it's hideous. If that thing ran into my house, I would think I was at war with Mother Nature. Just get a picture of it if you can and show people. Or someone else get a picture of a solifuge. It's hideous.
And they're quite harmless. I mean, they're fine. They're closer related. Well, they're more of an ant than they are a spider, put it that way.
Well, I have a question then. What size do you call a spider instead of ant? Like, does it have to be 1 meter long for it to be a spider in the world we live?
No, we count the legs.
Okay.
Are we getting a picture, anyone, of a solifuge?
I'm trying to. My internet is ridiculously slow today. Here's a nice one.
I'll get it, but I can't spell it.
Well, there are only snakes when I Googled Black Mamba, and here I thought I was going to find porn.
Oh, golly gosh. And that thing ran into your house.
So pretty.
Battle with a... Is that hairs on it? It's all spiny and hairy.
Yeah. That's still a small one. They get bigger. No, not really. No, not really. They just bite sore.
Do they pee on you? That's what ants do.
No. No, they don't. They don't.
I think we can go back to the post now. You're presenting a post, Breeze.
Yes. I think
Yeah,
that makes
I'm trying to find the link. No, Glover, that is not my hands. That's just a picture I got off the internet quickly of one. I didn't have one handy. That was the fastest one that I could find.
Reese, would you be able to pick one of those up?
I have before, but just to scare the living crappers out of other people, that's like you, I suppose.
I did the post for you, Breeze, by the way.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
I mean, I reposted it because you posted it once already.
Oh, okay. What? Where? Why? Oh, did you do my
Do it
post for
again.
me? Ah, thank you. I was busy looking for the.
Looking at those black mambas and ants having dirty animal sex. Oh yeah. This
How
is on
did
the
you
post
know?
for it.
How did you know? Well, luckily, you
I
know,
know
this
my
isn't
wife.
recorded.
Wait, is this the record?
No, it is. Of course it is.
Oh, yeah.
But
then
I've got the
everything's
original
on the blog.
material, and I know people that can edit this. Right, Globo? Globo, you're going to help me, right? Okay, so where's my post now? Oh, damn it, guys.
Here again, the post.
This is why we don't have nature talks on the on the chat, Nick, because then I just get carried away. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, people, back to my post. This is a guy that I came across very, very recently, last night, in fact. And he is brand spanking new to the Whale Chain platform. And he seems to have a lot to offer the platform in the sense of writing. He does poetry, spoken word, as well as music. And he is such an enthusiastic participant and very engaged, active, youngish guy. And I just wanted to grant him a little bit more exposure. Despite the fact that he was on my show, he did not get a lot of rewards on the post. And I feel that it is of impeccable importance that we support the newlings on the platform so that we can stabilize a well-fledged community at the end of the day. And I wanted to bring this guy under your attention. Such a diverse person to have on the platform, and he certainly has the enthusiasm and energy to you know, really lay it down thick. And I think that is something that I sometimes feel is lacking on the platform, is that enthusiasm, that excitement, that newness to it of, you know, how we're going to spice things up today. And he just has that feel about him, like talking to him for a little bit last night as well. And I'm looking forward to seeing his journey throughout the Whaleshares platform and his role in the community as time goes on. So I hope that you guys show this guy a warm welcome as well. I would really appreciate that, and I'm sure that he would too.
I really love his picture. That's really cool. Like it's edgy and cool, and I think he looks really enthusiastic, which is always a good thing because, you know, we need more enthusiastic people instead of depressed ones like me. Anyways, this is really lovely post, Grace.
Oh, Bia, now you better be more enthusiastic. I will not settle for less.
Have you heard this guy rapping then a lot?
He was on the show for a little bit last night, and I haven't heard him rapping. He just told us a bit more about himself and his music journey so far throughout life, which is not on the blockchain. And but he's such a like sports, you know. at a point I said something like, you have to do an introduction rap for some other person, and he's like, I'm there, you know. He's just I don't know, he's just got a beautiful energy about him, and it looks, I don't know, I think we need a little bit more of that in the platform.
Anyone who sounds like that sounds like they'll be a massive asset to the platform. So well done for finding him and selecting him. And hopefully, maybe we should get him on the show then. If he's a rapper and he's outgoing, should we get him interviewed or something, or taking part with us? Think he'd do that?
We could try. It's actually, hey, Grace Hills is here. Grace Hills, isn't it your brother? It's your brother, right? Yeah, it's Grace Hill's brother. He dragged him onto the platform, made him sign up, and I was just wondering, like, what the hell took this guy so long?
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to hearing this guy, and we can have a chat, and maybe get him interviewed or something, because that sounds like fun. But yeah, nice pick. Cot, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it is a great post, Breeze, and I had no idea that Grace Hills had a brother. Did you say brother? Because in the post it says that it's his friend.
Yeah, he says in chat now, course mate, but they were referring to each other as brother. But I suppose that's a cultural friendship or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, could be that. Yeah, I can see them just like falling into the browse like that is like a popular thing to do. But anyways, yeah, well, I'm always happy to see more college kids to join this platform, because the more young people we get on board, like, and the better, since like it's the generation that's gonna come after us, and we gotta, oh my god, I can't think of the word. We gotta pass the knowledge.
Yeah, I always say that, you know, if it wasn't for my child, I'd probably feel a lot older than what I am. But they do have a way to keep you young and keep you in the game and, you know, keep you on your toes. So let the young'uns come.
Aren't we all brothers and sisters? Oh, that made it all much darker just now.
Okay, anyway, that's all the posts, I think. I've given out some tokens. I wanted to give out more. What can I do to give out more? Breeze, do you want to do another animal question?
No, I'm retired now. My youngness has worn off.
Oh, come on, be a sport. Okay.
Do we know what Breeze's favorite animal is?
Yes, we do, because we had it on the show.
It's a honey badger.
Okay.
Linda, I thought you knew me.
And they don't even exist.
I sometimes do what all good wives do and pretend I'm listening.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what's Nick's favorite animal?
At this point, it's solitude.
No, it's not. Okay. My favorite. Okay, yeah, my favorite animal. We could do 20 questions, and then the winner could get 500 platforms and 100 scribble coins. How about that? Maybe and some hair shares as well. I'll chuck some of those in. 20.
Why don't you just go all out and do a ask me anything where the audience can ask you anything and you're obligated to answer, and then the most entertaining questions.
That you're recording, that's not going to happen. Anyway, 20 questions. You must know how 20 questions work. You've got 20 different questions to ask me to find out what my favorite creature is.
Creature, not animal, but creature.
Well, I don't know. Creature, animal.
Because creature might be a mythical creature.
Okay, it's a thing that's alive. Anyway. Has it got 4 legs? No, it doesn't. Any question at all?
Is it a mammal?
What is my favorite sex toy? I don't have any favorite sex toys. I find them completely non-sexual. No, it's not a mammal. No, I have not eaten one of them.
Aquatic or land?
It's aquatic. It can't fly. It's not a cock, no. God.
Dolphin seems right. They like to rape things.
It's not.
It's not a
dolphins. Come on,
dolphin.
more
A dolphin is
questions.
technically a mammal.
Any more questions? Come on, Breeze. You've got animal questions. Does it lay eggs? No, I don't think it does. No, it's not a reptile.
Carnivore? Herbivore?
It does.
What does it eat? What does it
Imram,
eat?
Imram, it eats meat. It doesn't sting. It fucking bites for sure.
I've got it.
Come on then. People guess. Okay, shark. What kind of shark? Sugarfix gets it. It's a great white shark.
Woohoo!
Easy
Well
peasy,
done.
Japanese. Sugarfix, send me your BitShares address, and I'll send you 500 platforms and some Hashares and some Scribble coins as well.
Have you seen any documentaries on the great whites that jump? That started
I've seen them in
yeah.
South Africa. They jump right out of the water, don't they? And they're massive. And I can't watch too much about them because I have dreams about them, and it's not very nice. Chris doesn't want them either. Hold on, your account is screwed. It's almost impossible for me to give these tokens away. I've literally stood in the show trying to throw money at people, and I can't seem to do it. I'll give it to Chris's project. How about that? He can give it out on his project. That's an hour and a half. Another question. Okay, another question. Imran likes the questions. We could do 20 questions for what else? Who is my favorite US president? How about that one?
None of them.
I've got one I particularly like.
Linda, when she runs.
Yes.
It's not Obama. It's not Trump. No, he's not alive. Favorite US president?
Just like my hopes and dreams, this president is dead.
It is not JFK. It is not Nixon. Nope, not Abraham Lincoln.
The Vampire Slayer.
Favorite song? Favorite US president? That's not Lincoln.
Democrats or Republican? Obama's still alive, Cart.
Is this the guy who had the painting on his wall? I don't remember.
Painting is a clue.
No, somebody else had this guy on. No, that wasn't the president. That was somebody else. Never mind.
Painting is a clue. Somebody else had a painting of him famously put up in their office. No, it's not Lionel Messi.
So I was right. Was that the president?
Somebody else put a painting of him up very famously. Not Lyndon B. Johnson, not George Washington, not James Monroe. No. Keep Googling, people. This was known, I think, as the president who fought the banks.
Yeah, I knew
not
it.
Grant.
I sometimes listen.
I don't know how old. I don't know how old it was. No, it wasn't Coleridge. No, it wasn't him.
I'm surprised that Globo isn't like guessing in the chat here, because he's normally on cue with politics as well.
Herbert? Who's Herbert? I don't know Herbert. Andrew Jackson. Well done, Chris Bird. Andrew Jackson. Chris, you're going to get even more tokens for your project now, because he fought the banks. Grace, we finished. Anyway, okay. This is all getting quite patchy now, so we'll end the show, I think. Oh, we've got the hangout later in the week on Scribble Guild on Thursday, which will be books based. So I'm a lot more up straight on books rather than animals and things and different posts. So feel free to join that if you're interested in writing or having your work critiqued or anything like that. I think it's at 10 o'clock on Thursday in the Scribble Guild channel. If you want coins from Krista, you need to DM your BitShares address to Crazy Krista, and you need to tell her who your favorite American president is. 10 o'clock, sorry, France, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. London time, I think. Anyway, so send your details. Oh, look out for the Guess the Flesh competition. Oh, Cotrin, did you do a collage?
No, I haven't made it yet.
Cotrin's not in a good mood at the moment, I can tell. All right, anyway, well, the show is over. Look out for the Guess the Flesh post. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Sorry it got all a bit patchy. Hopefully we'll be better next week, and I'll try and think of some more organized games so I can give away tokens more effectively. And we can all chat now if we want. I'll make some tea or something.